Losing sucks. The Vegas Golden Knights lose 6-5, which like you can see that score and be like, oh, well, it was close. It kind of was, and it kind of wasn't at the same time. And also, wow, that's a lot of goals in one game, which, yeah, but Vegas went down 3-0 first. 2 goals in the first from the Kings, and then a third goal in the beginning of the second, like a minute and a half in. And up to that point, the game was mostly dominated by the Kings, just completely outplaying us, which is ridiculous and quite frankly stupid, because they played yesterday and we were facing Dave Riddick, which, you know, he's an NHL goalie and that's great, but it's not like it's their starter. It's not Kemper, but I don't know what it is about the Kings. They just have our number. And so they go up 3-0. Nick Hague fights, I can't even remember the dude's name, number 44. Oh, you want me to go through the games for LA? Okay, real quick. Well, the horrible, broken, stiffed tri-blast from Zach Whitecloud leads to a rush the other way. And Anze Kopitar tips one in front. Of course it's Anze Kopitar. Anze freaking Kopitar. I love the dude. Can't help but love him, despite the fact that he constantly milestone goals against us all the time, you know. Fantastic stuff from him, as always, against Vegas. And then Brant Clark gets one because he skates to the puck faster than Jack Eichel does. And yeah, no, a rebound from Kempe scoots out super far and he just goes in and takes it. And then Fiala snipes it with on the rush in transition the other way after Vegas had a blast. And, you know, Byfield drags 2 Golden Knight skaters in front of Hill, blocking his vision. Yeah, but it goes off the barn in. And it's the opposite of a beautiful ping sound because it's an ugly one because it actually happened against us. So yeah, no, unfortunate stuff there for all 3 of those goals. And you can't really blame any of them on Hill because it's like, what was the defense doing in front of them? And they were on transition and the rush and stuff like that. But like, man. And Hill's been playing fantastically recently, and so having him have this game where it shows what he was playing like before the Four Nations face-off is not the most enticing, but you know, like hopefully it was a one-off, you know? Nick Hague was fighting, that's right, I was talking about Hague's fight. Holy crap, Ovechkin's only like 9 away now, 8 away, holy moly. No, it wasn't Anderson. What am I talking about? It was Hellenius. Number 79, which those are 2 big boys, but yeah, no, Hague definitely had a size advantage there. I also don't know who that guy is, so sorry, LA. But that fight does what, for some reason, fighting does, and restarts the game. And after that, Vegas dominates, and they're able to get 2 goals off of it. First off, Nick Waugh and Riley Smith got a secondary assist, his first since rejoining the Vegas Golden Knights, and seeing him in that goal circle was just like, oh, I'm still like not used to seeing him there after the fact that he like was there for, it's so weird because it's nostalgic, but also like currently happening, you know? Then Tomas Hertl in Gretzky's office skates around a guy that falls to the ice and then just waits and snipes it, like wheels around and snipes it in. A classic Tomas Hertl goal from when he was playing with the Sharks and dominating with the Sharks, you know? And that number would, that fact that he dominated with the Sharks would come back up later in the game because, yeah, we'll get there. If it seems like I'm going kind of fast through this, it's because I am. Because I'm very frustrated by this game because Vegas came so close, but LA, we lose again to them, and it's just frustrating because if we're in a playoff round against, I feel more comfortable against the Oilers than the Kings, despite the fact that on paper, the Oilers are a scarier team than the Kings because they have Connor freaking McDavid. And like LA, you don't want to hear any of this, right? You've seen what playoffs against Edmonton is like for the last 3 years, and it's like rock, paper, scissors, with LA being, let's go paper. Paper beating the rock that is Vegas because they have stone. Let's go with that. And Edmonton is scissors. And I just feel more comfortable with our chances against Edmonton, and for some reason, paper keeps beating us. Speaking of the Edmonton Oilers, former Oiler Warren Foegele makes it 4-2 at the end of the second. A huge ball buster of a goal, and it's just because he skates around our defense in transition. And roofs one over Aiden Hill. Beautiful goal from Foegele, and it's again, like, I don't know what Hill's supposed to do there, but make a save, I guess, because that's his job. But like at the same time, I don't blame him for it, but like you need him to make a save to like steal one, you know, and he did that several times throughout the game, making really good saves that stole a goal. So did Dave Riddick, and it's just, you gotta outperform the guy in the other net. And it's, especially when it's Dave Riddick, which again, no offense to that guy, he's on NHL roster for a reason. Big Save It David. But come on, dude. And then, who the heck is Trevor Moore that is just Wayne frickin' Gretzky against us? Bringing up Wayne Gretzky for the second time in this video. He scored again! That's 3 goals in his last 2 games against us, and I barely know what this guy, man, dude is fantastic, and I want to sign him to my team so he can stop scoring against my team. 5-2, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is over. For some reason, it's just these games with LA, they don't make sense. LA is able to just beat us. It's that rock, paper, scissors thing, but Vegas does not give up. With about 11 and a half minutes left to go in the third, Vegas on a power play. And our power play, single-handedly fixed by Tomas Hertl, because Mark Stone goes and he's on that Gretzky office spot behind the goal net, skates up with it a little bit once he gets the puck on his stick from Eichel, and they had this play go through the round twice. This is the second time in the same power play in the same possession of like offensive zone time that Vegas has had this exact setup, where Tomas Hertl's in that bump spot and Mark Stone didn't force a pass there because it wasn't there. The lane wasn't there the first time through. But the second time through, I think it is Anderson, number 44, that's why I thought number 44, is on the ground with his stick laying down, which is a good play to break up the lane. Except when he tried to get up, his stick came towards him, and that's when Mark Stone just lasered a pass over to Tomas Hertl, who was basically unguarded at that point, and he rips it from that bump spot past Riddick to make it a 5-3 game. Okay, there's still 11 and a half minutes left. There's plenty of time for 2 goals to be scored, which there would be. There would actually be a little bit more than 2 goals scored, unfortunately. Adrian Kempe, 6-3 LA, like 2 minutes after this. LA's on a power play. Because Victor Olofsson, who did not have a good game, again bringing up the point of the 3 forwards that are kind of on the edge for me of coming out of the lineup when we have everyone fully healthy, and just not a good game for him to show that he deserves to have one of the spots that's on the roster. But he commits a delay of game penalty by unforced, really, passing it, trying to dump it down or lift it high to drop so it's not an icing, and it goes over the glass, which, man, we're down by 2. We really can't be taking dumb, unforced penalties that are completely unnecessary. And so they go onto the power play, which the announcer for LA immediately says, LA is struggling on the power play. Let's see if they can get anything going. And they score! Because in transition, oh my goodness, the amount of goals that have been scored in transition, because Vegas either got caught flat-footed or just LA can skate around you, which LA, sure. And he gets in deep, Kempe, because just a quick passing play that gets him all alone. All alone on a power, are you kidding me? And he gets it past Hill. That's one that Hill probably wants back. He shouldn't have allowed that one, and it's 6-3. And just as soon as I had gotten hope that, because there's plenty of time left with a 2-goal lead, like that's manageable, right? Especially for Vegas. It's gone again. But immediately after this, Brandon Saad scored. Korzak gets the puck and he wires it in, and it kind of misses everyone, but it hits Brent Clark square in his chest, plops down onto the ice, and Brandon Saad's like, oh, I'll take that and just shoot it through your legs. And it goes past Dave Riddick, and that's one that Riddick definitely wants back. So does Brent Clark, because that's gotta suck. You know, you mishandled the puck after it gets shot into your chest, and immediately under your legs it goes through and scores on your goalie. Not great, but Brandon Saad taking advantage of that opportunity, and it's 6-4. And immediately I have hope again, because there's 8.5 minutes left, because only 36 seconds after that previous LA goal we have this one, and it's like, okay, what's going on? Huh? Because Vegas could have been playing like this all game, where they were scoring a little bit in bunches, and they didn't. LA kind of did, except it was spread out. Weird game. But you know, okay. All right, let's do this, you know? And so Vegas pulls Aiden Hill with about 3 minutes left, and Vegas gets set up in kind of their power play formation, and Hertl frickin' does it again! Eichel up to Stone. Stone doesn't like what he sees, sends it back to Eichel, back up to Stone. Literally the exact thing as a power play goal. And Mark Stone, Tomas Hertl, meanwhile, right in front of David Riddick, gets set up and elbows his way to where he's in front of the goalie, like basically all alone. Stone with a perfect feed. Hertl puts it in, and it's a hat trick. It's a hat trick. His 7th of his career. I'm pretty sure no one on the Vegas Golden Knights has that many hat tricks in their career. Tomas Hertl was a freaking beast on San Jose, because that's his first with VGK. He had 6 freaking hat tricks with them. That's crazy. And it's great. We have that guy on our team, and he has single-handedly fixed our power. He has the most single-season power play goals of Vegas Golden Knights history. That's great. Record right there, broken, and it's great. And Vegas have a couple of other good looks after this. There was just a couple of chances after he pulled Hill again, but it was too little too late, and LA quite literally hangs on to beat Vegas. It's the games that are so close that are the most frustrating to lose, that are getting blown out by, I don't know, San Jose. Sorry, Tomas Hertl. Right now. San Jose right now, obviously, because, you know, they were good at one point. For most of their history, actually, they were pretty good. Or Chicago, or like, it's losing to like those teams that are in the bottom of the league, and then losing in a game that you're clawing your way back in, but just don't have enough time to be able to tie it or do something because of stupid things that happen. Like if Olofsson didn't have, there's so many different ifs and what ifs of this situation, but we lost. That's straight up, we just lost. And against, I've already said this, LA in the playoffs, I'm more scared than against Edmonton, which is why, you know, we need to win the division. We need these 2 points against a division opponent, because it's going to be important for seeding because of the way that the current playoff format is. And I would rather, you know, win the Pacific and go against the Minnesota Wild, St. Louis Blues, like whoever that, you know, wild card team, the Canucks. I would rather go against any of them than against LA if Edmonton passes us, because then Edmonton can take out LA for the 4th year in a row in the first round, or vice versa, and then Vegas can face the winner of that series in the second round, and I just like our chances better that way if Vegas gets to the second round. I'm not making any promises this year, but that's it is what it is. Ultimately, this homestand, we went 4-1-0, 8 points out of 10. That's great. That's good. That's 800 hockey, you know. But now we go on a 4-game road trip against Pittsburgh again, that we just faced, you know. And these 4 teams that we're facing on the road trip, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Buffalo, and Detroit, they're all very winnable games, because we're where we're at, and in general, are better teams than those 4. But it's hockey, anything can happen. So you want these points. It didn't work out. Let's go into Pittsburgh and take 2 more. Focus on the next one. Yeah, congrats Tomas Hertl on the hat trick. Goals 25, 26, and 27 of the year. Congrats on his 7th of his career. That's crazy. And man. That's gonna be it for Game 63's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.